Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the dark comedy film, We Are Nobles. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. The Noble family, set in contemporary Mexico City, follows the lives of affluent Mexican businessman Herman Noble and his 3 adult children, Javier, Barbara, and Carlos. Herman is unaware that his children are doing nothing with their life because he is constantly preoccupied at work and carelessly spends his money. He never broaches the matter since he blames his children's behavior on the depression they are experiencing as a result of their mother's passing. Javier spends most of his time partying with pals, despite the fact that, in principle, he works for his father's construction company. When not socializing, he conjures up difficult and frequently irrational schemes that his father's business partner, Anwar Karim, frequently makes fun of. Herman gives Javier greater responsibility in an effort to inspire him by saying he intends to pass the firm down to him in the future. Instead, Javier takes a flight to Miami with his pals, allowing a subordinate to attend a crucial business event in his place. Barbara is a socialite who is set to get engaged to Peter, a man who owns multiple failing enterprises and is 20 years her senior. He's intending to pay off his massive tax burden using Barbara's trust fund. Herman opposes the engagement, but Barbara ignores him and begins the wedding preparations. The hipster Carlos, the youngest kid of Herman, was expelled from college after the dean discovered him having sex with one of his teachers, Luca. Herman finally had a heart attack as a result of his frustration. He makes the decision to teach his kids a lesson and expose them to the outside world while he is in the hospital. He informs them that the government has frozen his assets as a result of labor disputes and a partner who embezzled money, and that because they own stock in the company, the entire family faces the possibility of going to jail. In order to safeguard his ruse, Herman persuades them to flee, cut off all communication with friends and family, and relocate to a rundown home his father once owned in a working-class neighborhood of Mexico City. The kids will also need to provide for themselves, which will include finding their first employment. Carlos is assisted in finding employment as a bank teller by a friend's father, while Barbara and Javier are assisted in finding jobs as bus drivers and waitresses, respectively, by Lucho, the old maid's nephew. The 3 find themselves fighting to make ends meet right away as their house begins to fall apart all around them and they have debts to pay. They perceive things differently as a result of their new circumstances. Barbara learns that Lucho, whom she had previously considered to be a helpless and undeserving of her time, actually is a wonderful guy. Javier considers his former party pals to be vapid hangers-on. Carlos begins to establish some order in his life. During this time, Herman learns a lot from his children as well. He is shocked to discover that Barbara suffers from bulimia, Javier has dyslexia, and he frequently overworked himself when they were young. Peter, Barbara's lover, discovers the family's hiding place and the truth about German's plot in the meantime. He tries to coerce Herman into handing him control over Barbara's trust fund after realizing it's all just a scheme to teach the kids a lesson. Herman rejects, but as a result, he is compelled to tell his kids the truth. They sense wrath and mistrust in response to the information. However, Barbara separates from Peter when she realizes that his main goal was to get her money. Disappointed, the 3 siblings resolve to keep their careers, maintain their distance from their father, and completely renovate the ancient house. Even though they cut off all communication with him, German's goal to watch his children grow up and live independently is finally fulfilled. Javier starts his own business, Barbara and Lucho become engaged, and Carlos quits the bank and finds a real job. By the movie's conclusion, German is seen banging on the old house's front door, which has since been restored. When his kids read it, he begs for their pardon. They come to terms, realizing that everything happened for the best. Following the credits, Peter is seen in prison for unpaid taxes as 2 other prisoners approach to sexually assault him. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.